So today we have a special guest. I know you guys want some more guests on here. So today we have the one and only Adam from Wolf of HVAC. So let me put him on real quick. Hey, man.
There you go. Can you see me?
Yeah, we're good. How are you doing?
All right. Good, man. How you been?
I'm doing pretty great. Work's been easy these past week or so. We've had nothing but maintenance. A little bit of AC calls last week. I don't know about you guys. Are you guys or how are you staying busy?
Right now, just maintenance contracts. If we have any maintenance contract with people, we stay busy calling up people for maintenance. Here in California, it hasn't been that busy as for heat or air conditioning, because the weather is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But recently started raining, so people start freaking out about their heaters not working. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit
Now
slow.
now you're from California, right? So what part are you from?
LA, Los
LA?
Angeles.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
really? Right on. Yeah. All right. So if you guys don't know this guy, this is Adam. He's on TikTok. I've seen him on Instagram now. Does a lot of cool content, more on the funny side, and which I appreciate. Like I really like watching you and Vinny over on TikTok. So those you two, and I think Casey. I don't know if you know Casey.
Casey, yeah,
You know,
650.
yeah. You guys are awesome over there on TikTok. So if you just want to, introduce yourself, your name, where you're based out of, the kind of work that you're doing.
Okay. All right, guys. So I'm Adam. If you guys don't know me, I'm in LA, California. I'm a residential tech, service tech, mainly residential, nothing commercial, nothing like this big guy right here, Adrian. I don't mess with that stuff. Mainly, I guess on TikTok, I try to do funny stuff. Um, I tried to do videos of me doing repairs, but they don't get that many views, so I decided to stick to comedy. Um, but yeah, I'm mainly a service tech. I'm not an installer. I never done an install. I never claimed to do an install. So that's pretty much me.
So
I
okay, so at the company that you're at with now, how long have you been there?
I've been with the company about 3 years now.
And is that where you started, or did you start somewhere else?
No, so I started as about 4 years ago. I started as a commercial first when I was in school. Before I graduated HVAC school, a month before that, I started as a commercial or at a commercial company as an apprentice.
Okay.
Did it for like did for that company actually. For the first company I did it for like 6 months. Um, the boss that I had wasn't the best, so I decided to leave. And it was mainly commercial only, like nothing, no residential, mainly refrigeration, walk-ins, freezers, ice machines, from that nature.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, I decided to leave there, and then I worked for another company, who's also commercial only. And then
Okay.
I worked there for like few months, and then
Mm-hmm.
COVID hit. When
Oh,
COVID
okay.
hit, because he was also commercial and mainly restaurants, it
Okay.
affected a lot of restaurants. So he had to close the business. One day I was waking up, getting ready to leave. He called me. He's like, "Hey, I lost so many accounts. I can't hire
Dang.
you anymore." So that's when I switched to residential.
And that's so weird because we do restaurants mostly too, but I don't know, maybe it's because we have bigger we focus. Like when we started, we take, the small local places
Hmm.
and things like that just to get out there and start doing work. But we focused on getting like bigger accounts. So we have a lot of national accounts, I guess,
Hmm.
the fast food chains and stuff like that. So when the pandemic hit, we didn't really have that issue. We took a few days off just so that they're going to do. And of course, they weren't letting us like out of our house, for that week or whatever. And the once they said it was okay, like for us to work, we went back to work. Like I said, we got a few days off.
Hmm.
Restaurants stayed open. People needed to eat, and we never slowed down. So we did pretty good throughout the whole thing.
Well, I guess you guys are when COVID happened. You guys in Texas were more flexible than California. He was
Probably,
pretty crazy.
yeah, probably because I mean, we had a lot of restrictions and stuff, but like restaurants stayed open, at
Yeah.
least for curbside and takeout and stuff. So
Yeah,
they
no,
were like,
here that didn't happen.
oh, okay. Yeah, because they were like, yeah, we still need you. Come here and fix our, because we do. I like to do refrigeration, so I like to do commercial work and
Hmm.
stuff like that. So I love working on walk-in freezers, coolers, all that kind of stuff. So
I
they
got
need
you.
that. When it's a restaurant, and they didn't really need the AC. I didn't do a lot of AC work during that time,
It was
but
just refrigeration.
all the refrigeration, and then my dad does hot food, so all the fryers, all the cooking equipment, and we managed to stay super busy that year, and
Oh, that's
worked out
good.
for us. I guess it worked out for us down here.
That's
Uh,
good. Yeah,
yeah,
that didn't
down.
happen a lot here. Like I know also a few guys that did commercial here,
Okay.
and they were also affected pretty bad.
Yeah, it sucks, and like when you start losing accounts, it's hard to recover.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, HVAC hustle in the chat down here in Cali, it was shut down. So we were shut down, but I guess not as long as you guys, because like I said, like within the week we were back. I don't know if you can see the chat on your side.
I have another phone. I'm looking at it.
Oh, okay, okay, just making sure.
I'm trying to also keep looking at the camera and between here and there.
Yeah, that's cool. Uh, let me see who's in the chat real quick. We got Ramon, 5 minute delay. He was on as a guest a couple weeks ago. Chris, C Young HVAC, what's up, man? HVAC hustle. That intro's too long. I need time for people to come in into the video. If not, we're just talking by ourselves. Let's see.
Five
HVAC with
minute delay.
Za.
They were busy in Vegas. I believe you. Vegas doesn't stop, man. Doesn't sleep.
Oh yeah. What's up, handyman? Let's see. Everyone was closed, but wanted to. What did he say? Everyone
Richie
was closed.
Goodman.
Oh, go ahead.
Richie Goodman's asking, "Do you rock veto bag?" I don't know if he's asking me, but yes, I do, 100%.
Rocking a veto bag. Yeah, I think everybody right now is pretty hyped on the vetoes.
Yep.
I had other bags. I had this, like, my supply house would always carry the CLC bags,
Mm,
and I was really into backpacks, so I had a backpack from them, but the straps ripped like twice,
mm.
and I was like, nah, I'm gonna look for something else, and that's when I got into the veto stuff. And those
Y-
last, man.
Oh man, like they're superior. Like yes, they're expensive, but you're never gonna have to buy one ever again. I
You're
was
not.
literally having the conversation with one of the new guys that started at my company. He started like about a month ago,
Yeah.
and today he went out and he bought, I guess, new tools. He got the manometer, he got some other hand tools, I think, and a bag or a pouch. And I asked him, what did he buy? He's like, Hillmore. I was like, oh, come on, bro. Like, you got to get the Vito. He's like, I wasn't going to spend $200 on it. I was like, but this is the only $200 you're ever going to spend in your life.
Well, not unless you get addicted to them, like I have. I keep buying them every year.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, there's that problem. But as far as like the bag itself, like I don't think anybody makes them that good, because
No.
I've seen some people like on, I don't know if it's like TikTok or Instagram, when they compare their Vito to somebody's like Milwaukee bag or something, and it just flops over. Like the Vito bag is built, it stands up. A lot of them stand up, and
Yeah.
it's really good material that they use and everything.
I've had, when I started out, I had the Husky, and then
Okay.
that one got damaged, of course. Hillmore, also the strap got damaged right away, like literally, I don't know, a few months when I was working, and it got ripped. And literally, Vito was the only brand that laughed at me, and I abuse it. Like it's not like I'm easy on it. No, I abuse it.
Oh yeah, and when I started buying them, I got my dad into them, but he works like in the kitchen. He's always on the floor. He's always covered in grease and stuff
Hmm.
like that, and his bags have been good too. So good all around. Let's see. Okay, so were you gonna say
Richie
something?
Goodman. How old
Yeah,
is Adam? I'm 22, bro. 22.
yeah, man. He's a young one. I feel very old now. I'm already getting into my late 30s, but
Oh, bro, you still
uh,
got time. Ah.
so Okay, you're 22. So you started. At what age did you start then?
About 4 years ago. So
So
how old was
18,
I? Like something like that.
around
Late
18,
17, late 17.
late 17, and you said you went to a trade school or something like that.
Yeah, so I went to a 6 months trade school. It was a full time. I had the option of doing it as a part time for 1 year.
Okay.
But that was gonna be like only a few hours a day, and I just wanted to get it. And it was only a few days, like I think 2 or 3 days a week. I just wanted to get it done with. So I went to school for 6 months. It was a full time. It was literally like a full time job, right, from 8 to 4, and then
Oh,
from
okay.
5 till midnight, I was working at a smoke shop.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
And did you feel like school is a good thing? Like, would you recommend it, or do you think it's better not to go to school?
look, it's good to get your foot in the door. Like, is it gonna teach you like everything that I know now? And by all means, I don't know everything, and you never will. And I'm not the best tech out there. I still have a lot to learn. But I guess trade school will just teach you the basics, like what not to do, what to do, and the basic laws, or like how to use gauges, how not to recover with the bucket.
Oh yeah.
So these stuff. So if I tell people, like, if you want to go to school, at least go a little bit, and then just so at least when you go to apply to a job, they don't see like, oh, you were working at Walmart stocking shelves, and now you want to do HVAC. Well, they're two different things. At least like you have a background, like, hey, I went to school, I understand some stuff.
Sure. And that's kind of my look on it too. Like, of course, I went to school too. I did the whole. It was a college, so I basically did my major, I guess, in HVAC, and it
Mm,
was a year and a half. But we were there. I was there full time as well. It was like I think it was Monday through Thursday. I don't remember if we did Fridays or not, but
mm,
I was there all day taking different classes. So that was a year and a half, and the other half of the year, like the other semester, was like I had to get my basics, English, math, all that. But I had already done that because I was already going for something else, and then I switched
mm.
to HVAC, and I got it that way. And that's what I always tell people. I'm like, you don't need it, and a lot of people are probably better off without it. But if you just want your basics, if you just want to know how to hook up your gauges, and then you want to know what people are talking about, like superheat, subcool, and all this other terms,
Hmm.
I would highly recommend it at least. And like you said, you took a 6 month program, so some of them are kind of quick.
Yeah.
Of course, the shorter it is, or the less time you spend in the class, or whatever, like you're not going to learn as much when you get in the
No,
field. It's going to
it's
hit
a
you.
different animal.
It's going
It's
to hit
different.
you. Yeah, it's going to hit you, and you're going to learn in the field. Um, and you got to figure it out. So,
Especially, when I was in school, our instructor, because they have all these old school tools. Everything's old, and like we literally had analog gauges in class, an old recovery machine. We were literally doing flares, like flare nuts. Sorry, the flares for the for the line set. We literally had that where you put your line set and with the hammer.
oh,
That's
okay.
literally how it was. I'm like, there's gotta be something out there. And again, I was still in school. I don't know anything. I was like, there's gotta be something easier. He's like, yeah, but this is more reliable. I'm like, oh man, whatever you say. And then I got out of the field, and I see everyone using all these fancy tools. And I'm like, he's getting the job instead of 30 minutes, it's taking him 5 minutes. I was like, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, and we still run into that, right? You still have people that don't want to get the
Oh yeah,
the wireless stuff and all the newer equipment or tools.
it's an
There's still
argument that I always have with the people in
there
the comments.
there's still people out there like that, and it's weird, but that's how it is. And at my school they purposely taught us older ways. Now we didn't do that. We didn't have to do the hammer one. We had the little flare swaging block,
Hmm.
and we would do it manually, like uh, you would turn it with your hand and stuff. And then I had a class for like duct work and stuff, and they had us. He's like, "There's a machine when you go buy this that'll do it for you, or they'll cut it for you, or whatever. But we're gonna do it by hand, and you're gonna learn it, the hard way first." Like that was his thing. Like he always wanted us to do it by hand
Yeah.
and the hard way. He's like, and then when you get to go out there and you get to see how easy it is, like you'll appreciate it more, I guess.
Yeah, you're right, 100%. I also like I didn't know that there was something called digital gauges. Like everything we saw in class was analog. And
Yeah,
then when I got out, I was with one of the guys that I was riding with, and he was like, he showed me like he was working obviously, and I saw his tool. He had the Siemens, the field piece. I was like,
that's
man, that's
nice.
cool. What is that? Yeah. He's like, oh man, this is a digital gauge. I was like, man, that's cool. I never seen that before.
Yeah, we like I said, we learned with all the old stuff too. I mean, I went to school a lot, like way. What are we like? I went to school like 16 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro, I wasn't even in the country 16 years
so
ago.
so it was a long time ago.
Yeah, I wasn't even
So
in the US back then.
LED handyman, yeah, we have new tools, but we practice the old ways. I think that's a good way. If they teach you and if they want you to learn how it's done, like manually or the hard way, whatever, I think it's a good way if you're in school. I mean, you learn it that way, and then when you get out there, you have the tools that, or you can buy the tools that you need to make it easier.
Yeah. Hmm.
Let's see. Oh, we got Angel in the
HVAC
house.
boss. Shoo!
Oh man, that was a blast over there in Atlanta
Atlanta.
with everybody.
Yeah. But
Would
man,
you?
you left early, huh?
I know. I wish I could have been there a little bit longer. Uh, and then Angel told me that y'all showed up at his house or the place he was at.
Yep,
With
we did.
I was
Yeah.
there for a while, and then I think Robert came by with PHVAC.
Yeah.
That dude does not shut down or anything. Like it was the middle of the night, and he was still there, like
His
full and
energy is amazing, man. His energy
full
is great.
full energy. Yeah.
I love Robert, man. Yeah, we showed up like me and all the boys that we were from California, and we showed up to his house.
Oh yeah, there was a big group of you from California.
Yeah, and believe it or not, like I never knew any. I didn't know any of them until we met there. And the only two people I knew is Luis, you know, HVAC 562,
Yeah.
and Robert P HVAC. These are the only two people that I've known before the AHR. Like I've met actually in person with them before.
But do you live like? Are y'all far from each other?
Luis and Robert, they're closer to each other. I'm like, I want to say, without traffic, maybe like 40 minutes from Robert.
Oh yeah, because you were over there at Roberts recently, right? I
Yeah,
think I saw him. I saw him doing a live or something.
I was at his shop.
Yeah, they were doing something there. Um, I mean, how cool is that? Like we get to talk online through this whole Instagram, YouTube, now TikTok.
Yeah,
Um, because
you
like
know what's?
where
Oh,
I'm
go
from,
ahead.
like I don't get to talk to too many guys, and when I try to, like they're kind of stubborn on other stuff. Like they don't want to hear what I have to say sometimes, and I'm like I have no one to talk shop with sometimes. So now that I found everybody online and everybody's like helping each other, the
Yeah.
whole community, everybody has each other's backs. Like I think that's awesome. Like it's a
Oh,
great
it is.
community.
It's amazing. When I went to Atlanta, it was my first time meeting majority of the guys, or I would say like 99% of them, because everyone I knew from Instagram, social media, just like talking. And you know what's crazy? Like the day that I got there and I saw everyone, I don't know how or why, but it felt like I knew each one there for a long time. It felt like I
It
grew up with these people.
it was so cool because that was your first trip to like an AHR or anything, right?
Yep. I've been
So
to
like
those iHacky. We have small ones
oh
here, but I didn't know anyone there.
oh okay. Oh yeah, I think I saw you post about that. Um but yeah, how cool is that? And I think you were one of the first guys I ran into too
Hmm.
at the awards show
Yep. When you were
outside.
pulling up to the hotel. Yeah.
I went out there and I'm like, I don't know if I know anybody. And then I saw you, I saw Angel, I started seeing people that I recognize, online, and
Hmm.
it's just super cool because then you just start chatting it up and catching up and stuff.
I gotta say though, it's the Instagram family is way better than the guys on TikTok. I don't know if you notice in your comment section, and I don't know if you ever looked at my comment section, but man, it's like Facebook. TikTok is like Facebook haters. Like,
I I recently started looking at your comments. I always look at your videos because I'm always scrolling and stuff. and I'll like and stuff like that, but I never look at the comments. And I was like, you know what? Let me go in there and look,
It's a
because
fight.
yeah, because like with me, I started getting that too recently. It calmed down a little bit, but uh, I was like, dude, like this is how I do it. I don't know what to tell you, like. And then the conversations, I don't even go back into my comments after I post. I might reply to a few of them, or like the first day or two, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll let it go. Like they end up arguing with themselves, and
Yeah,
it's different. Yeah.
it is. Like on Instagram, like there's been so many times I posted something that I shouldn't be doing, or like I'm doing it the wrong way, I guess. And someone would reply to my story and tell me like, "Hey, Adam, by the way, this is not how you do it, or I have an easier way to do it." But man, on TikTok, they just like, "Oh, you're a dumbass. Oh, you don't know what you're doing. Oh, you're wrong. Or you're just a salesman." I get this comment a lot where, "Oh, bro, you don't know
Oh
what you're doing.
yeah.
You're just a salesman."
Oh yeah. Yeah, and that the funny thing is, like I started mine. Well, I started mine in 2020 when everything happened. Like I had nothing to
Hmm.
do, I guess. I just started posting.
Yeah.
Uh, and I actually had somebody who was pretty big at the time. Like I was like, oh, I think he had like 3,000 or something, and I'm like, oh wow, like I'm over here with like nobody. And I was posting work, and then but he was, I can't remember what country he's from, and I don't want to call him out by name, but he said something in another language, him and another guy, and like I can just Google it now. Like I didn't know what the hell they were saying. At first I was gonna say thank you, but then I was like, I'm not sure what this says. And then I looked it up, and they were calling me garbage and trash and I don't know what. So I was like, dude. So I was like, you know what? I posted a story and I put him on blast a little bit. And then
Yeah.
everybody came and was like, nah, forget them. You're doing fine and this and that. Like it was really cool to see, guys have my back.
Hmm.
Every now and then you're gonna get a few bad apples, and that's
100%.
in 2020. It wasn't as good as it is now,
Hmm.
to where I don't think you really get that kind of negativity. But I don't know. A lot of guys, and I think I posted like a video on it too, like not to call them out, but I wanted to
Hmm.
make sure everybody was like, hey, we're all here to help each other, and stuff like that. And I had a lot of messages from people who were like, man, I'm scared to post because then I get destroyed in the comments and this and that. And they're like, thank you, because now I feel a little more, confident.
Yeah.
And I hate that. Like I tell people, just post. Someone tells me they want to start a channel, they want to start posting on Instagram. I'm like, do it. Like we need more content. And a lot of these companies, like when you show their tools, and you never know what can come from it. I didn't know I was going to be doing this.
Yeah.
I only got one or two sponsors, but like, stuff, good things happen,
Of course, if there's a will, there's what did I say? If there's a will,
there's a way.
there's a way. Here you go. I'll tell you one thing, the HVAC boss, and shoo, HVAC boss, he told me I was telling him about the story, like everyone was like calling me out, like talking down to me and stuff like that. And then I don't know, but people like we're talking. I know I have an accent, but like in the comment, people would say something about my accent. I'm fine with it. I don't care. But like HVAC boss Angel told me one time, he's like, wolves don't listen to sheeps. I was like, well, damn right. Like, good one.
That's awesome, because yeah, Angel always has my back too. And him and Ben, even Lance, they've all been super supportive. And then like once you get into it and you start like, commenting or messaging other guys, and you see how supportive everybody
Hmm.
is, it's just awesome.
It humbles you, and it makes you just push forward. Like, you know what? I don't care about you guys. You don't have anything on your social media. You just have user XYZ.
Oh
And
yeah.
then, I have this person who is doing very, very well, and he's supporting me. So I'm gonna take his opinion more than you.
Yeah, there's definitely that. And like you said, like when you're posting, and like if you get negativity or anything like that, I mean it sucks, but I mean, like you said, they don't post anything. They kind of hide behind the keyboard, and you're out there putting your work on the line. And
Yeah.
if you get criticism, I always tell people, you can tell me if I did something wrong, and if I didn't do it the right way, or if there's a better way to do it. I'm all
Hmm.
for that. It's just like when you start calling me names or trying to put me under the bus, That's what I hate, right? So if you're gonna call somebody out, at least tell them that there's a better way, or tell them the right way, and
Or
then
just don't say anything.
or don't say
Like
anything,
if you have
right?
something negative, just keep it to yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty of times where I'm like, oh, I don't know about that, but I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. It's
But if
I don't know.
somebody's
But
criticizing me, they better be like top of the line,
yeah.
perfect installs, perfect service, all that.
Like for example, I know Jeff wouldn't do it, but for example, if Jeff, for example, criticized me on something, I would gladly accept that. I would be
Yeah,
more than happy. Like I would just close my mouth. I'm like, yes, sir, because
yeah, because and he's leveling up everybody now, because I've never seen people do the kind of stuff that he does, and now everybody's doing it,
yeah,
um, and showing off amazing work. So there's guys like him that just they don't even have to talk; they just post their
yeah,
work, and it speaks for itself.
100%. But
Here's
for your TikToks, I would suggest you start replying because it gets more attention. So your videos will actually get more attention if you reply to people, because
mhm.
that actually what gets the views on TikTok.
I'm still learning it. I think when I reply, especially with the dumb comments, I kind of just joke around with them too, and I'm like, yeah, you're right, or something, like I never take any of it seriously, so
Yeah.
I'm still learning that one.
No, I mean, and also for TikTok, um, let's say you get 3 comments the same 2 minutes that you posted. Let's say you post a video and then in 2, 3 minutes you get 3 comments. Reply to those right away. Like, don't wait. Reply in the same second. I swear, because it gets them back to the video, so that
Uh,
way it shows the algorithm that hey, this person watched the video more than once. So that's good for the
oh,
views. I'm still trying to learn TikTok. I don't know anything about it.
well, you're
I just
doing
see
you're
what.
doing you're doing great. I mean, if anybody wants help with their TikTok, ask Adam here. Like I said, Vinny, Casey, like I love watching the content y'all put out.
Like
And
what's crazy is like when I. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, it's just like we need, like, it's like HVAC work. People always want to take it like too serious, and there's never like you can't joke around. But we
Hmm.
actually need that. And I was never a TikTok person. I still don't like watching like some of the dumb stuff that's on there. But if there's something funny about work, or guy stuff, I like watching that, and it keeps me on there. And like I said, you guys are doing a great job with that. There needs to be like a lighter side. You gotta have fun at work
Yeah.
too. I know you get a lot of criticism when you do your stuff with videos about the customers, or
Yeah.
the dumb stuff. But it's
Always.
all it's all good though.
Well, here's the thing, dude. Like when I started TikTok, I didn't want it to be a meme page. I don't want it to be funny. I wanted to actually showcase my work. If I'm
Yeah.
fixing something at a call and stuff like that. So I would do a video. It take me. I don't know. I don't even own a computer, bro. Like it take me like 3, 4 hours to edit a video on my phone. And again, it might take someone like 3 minutes to edit a video, but for me, I don't know anything about computers. So, I would edit it 4 hours. I'm like, all right, let's go. Finally, it's done. Post it, 3,000 views. The second day I post a meme that I thought of it, it took me literally like 2 seconds to record that video. And then it gets me 900,000 views. I'm like, well, that's messed up.
Man,
So,
and yeah, I just started learning that too, because I've never done memes or anything like that. But you got to know your like where you're posting. Like TikTok is not. It is for tips and tricks and stuff, but a lot of people just want to like relax and watch
laugh.
some funny content. Yeah, so I kind of transitioned to that. But I mean, I post some of the same stuff on all my platforms, but like YouTube, I have a certain way that I do my videos there.
Yeah.
TikTok, I try to do the funnier stuff. Instagram is like kind of like whatever, like in between. So yeah, it's funny that way, because I learned that too. Like I used to take way too long to edit my stuff, even on YouTube, and whatever, like the other videos I do.
Hmm.
When I stopped worrying about it so much, and I would just post. That stuff does better. It just, you know, I guess it's more real or something like that. I don't know.
No, well, you've been seeing those templates. I told you about it, man. These are hilarious. Like they're funny.
And it's funny, like you said, like I see them and I instantly think of something that relates to work, and I'm like, let me just
Yep.
post it,
Yeah.
and those do good.
Do
So
good.
yeah, it's funny like that.
I don't know. I like TikTok, and I was mad when they said like, oh, they're gonna ban TikTok. I'm like, come on, man. I haven't had my 10-minute fame.
I was like, man, I'm just figuring it out. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the chat real quick. Ramon, my teacher was the same. They calculated superheat, subcool with pen and paper, taking temps and pressures. Old way of thinking. Now that to me, that's a way to do it. I mean, I didn't have digital when I started, but I guess that's the old way now.
Yeah.
Even for us, like I know how to do the heat load, all that stuff by hand. With the manual J, manual N, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, there's other ways to do it, right? There's software, there's different ways, and I don't like to do the duct work. I don't like to do the heat load. I only do service.
Mm. What do you
You
use for heat load?
Well, we don't deal with that.
Oh, commercial, right?
Yeah,
You just change it
commercial.
like for
It's
like.
it's existing. If I have to, I'll like right now I'm having an issue, but it's not us, it's the customer. They bought equipment for one location, and I guess the job got canceled or something.
Mm.
And now I gave them, or we have another location that all the equipment, because it's by the beach, all the equipment rusted out and fell apart. It's like everything.
Mm.
Uh, so they were like, hey, we have these 12-ton units over here in storage. We want you to put them, but the old ones that we condemned were 10-ton units. And I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna work, but I don't know. We're gonna have to figure something out because they're pushing us to do it. And I was like, man, I got to figure out if that's even gonna, work in that building.
Eventually, they're gonna actually blame you, even though you told them like, "Hey, it's not gonna work." They're like, "Well, you installed it."
I know, right? Currently we're passing it off
Mm.
to somebody who's like, yeah, it can be done. So we'll see where it goes. I don't know. I feel like they're just gonna. I think they came back to us and they're having second thoughts. So we'll see.
Mm.
But that's how they are. Customer acts like they're always right,
Right.
but then
Uh,
it's like we're the certified
we know what we're
technicians over
doing.
here.
That's what I hate, like about like other, like when I'm going up to estimates, for example, right? They tell me like, "Hey, I want this tonnage, I want this size of units, obviously, I want this SEER," and they don't know any of that stuff just because they saw it on Google and they looked it up and then they saw the cost of it. I don't know how, but a brand new system is roughly $3,000. So they told me like, yeah, I want a 5-ton. Go big or go home. I was like, no, that's not how it works. It's not go big or go home, man. Let me size up your unit, and then I determined like, yeah, their house needs a 3-ton, and they're like, oh, you know what you're talking about. And then someone else after me comes in, sells them what they want, not what they need, what they want. A year down, they call us. Hey, it's not working. Well, I told you, didn't I? But you decided to go with the one who wanted to give you what you wanted.
Yeah, we deal with that a lot because even recently, I forgot what account it was, but they have other companies that come in, and then every now and then, they'll get someone else to do some of the work.
Mm-hmm.
And like me and my dad, we're already used to it. We're fine with it. But like I said, it's him and his brother on the hot side. And so like my uncle kind of freaks out, or he freaked out this last time, and we're like, no, like this happens a lot. They try somebody else that's cheaper or that does what they want.
Mm-hmm.
But in the end, they always come back and they're always like, no, like, something happened.
Yeah.
So we learned right away because we run a business and we have to figure out what we charge, how to handle the customers and all that. And we used to we used to worry about it too much. We used to try and bend over backwards for the customer. They always ask for a cheaper price, and we used to try to work with them, but it never worked out. We always lost money, or something, bad happened. So we finally got comfortable where we're like, this is what we charge.
Hmm.
This is how we do things. Take it or leave it. More times than not, if they call somebody cheaper, a
They're
month
gonna call
later,
you.
something like that. Even if it's like a year later, they call back, and we have that account again. It never fails.
Yeah. It's funny. I had a customer about, I don't know, 3 weeks ago, I think. We went out there. He had zoning system. Um, and well, we installed the unit about 2 or 3 years ago, but we never did the ductwork.
Okay.
Now at that time, we weren't doing we were doing CFM and static pressure. It was, just like for like. They have a 5 ton, put a 5 ton. And units here in California, the ultra low nox, they burn so much hotter. They're very, very sensitive. They need a lot of air going in and out. I made a video about that.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
So we never really replaced the ductwork. And then I go there because, his system's not working. The limit switch keep tripping. Uh, Before me, someone actually went out there. They gave him a quote to do the ductwork. It was like $12,000, but that was with the zoning, 4 zones too, or 3 zones, I think it was. And then all R8 ducts. He ended up going with someone for $3,000. A month later, I go there, and I'm like, I'm confused. I'm like, we gave you an estimate to do the ductwork. What was the reason you didn't do it? He's like, oh, I got it done for $3,000. Like, you got it done for $3,000? What do you mean? He's like, yeah. I was like, but the ducts are still the same. They've never been replaced. He's like, no, 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 I paid for it. I'll show you. And then he showed me. I'm like, your guy, like, you got scammed, bro. Like,
Damn.
80% of your ductwork were not replaced. So he's like, oh. I was like, well, that's why it was $3,000 and we were $12,000. He still didn't do it. He still didn't do it. He's like, I'm gonna call. He was like, he's my wife's cousin. I'm gonna call him
Oh,
back. And then he called him back, and I guess they figured it out. I'm like, how are you gonna trust someone after what he did to you? This.
well, that's a weird thing. That's happened to us too, where a customer gets ripped off, and I always tell them, like, call them back. If you paid for it, they have to make it right. And like, I don't know, sometimes they do get them back. Like, I don't know how some companies stay in business when they're doing things like that. Because around here, it happens. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it happens. And some of these companies stay in business, and I'm like, man, I don't know, like, they're getting away with stuff left and right. Like, when
Hmm.
we deal with customers, and if something was done by another company, and we're out there and stuff, I mean, I try not to talk bad about the company, right?
Yeah.
And I've learned that it's not very professional to do that either. Like, you don't want to bash on somebody in front of the customer.
Hmm.
So I try to be nice about it. I'll be like, look, I'll take a look at what they did, or I'll take a look at this. And I just, take pictures, take notes, do everything I can. If they want the proof, they can have it. If not, I'll just tell them, this is what it costs to fix. If you want to go with us, if you want to call them back, whatever. But I don't know, man. There's shoddy work everywhere. It's a shame, but
It is.
it happens a lot, and that doesn't surprise me. As soon as you started telling me about the price and what they were paying, I was like, they probably didn't even get it done, and they just told them that they did it.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens.
It happens. Dramatic ass dude. Can you ask Wolf of HVAC what's his opinion on Canoga Park Heating and Air, aka the competitors? I know them. I know few guys who work there actually. I went to school with two of them actually, from the guys who work there. I don't know much about them, man. I mean, I know they have good reviews. It's a good company. They sell Carrier though. I'm not a big fan of Carrier, but they do good. We're pretty price like we're close pricing to what they sell and what we sell. I don't have like obviously the owners of each company they have beef with each other. But I'm like, if you work for the company and I see the supplier, bro, I'm gonna come and shake your hand. Like, I have absolutely no problem with you.
Yeah, I used to kind of keep to myself, and I used to see people like as competitors all the time.
Hmm.
And after a while, I was like, nah, like I kind of like it's good to know people, network. You know, you never know
Definitely.
if you need help sometimes. So I try to talk to whoever is at the supply house. Even if it's another trade, I tell people all the time, you know, it's good to know plumbers, it's good to know
Electricians.
electricians, you
Hmm.
know, and then if anything, if somebody ever asks them, because if they do similar accounts or similar work, your customers, and they're like, oh, we need somebody to check our AC. Do you know anybody? They're gonna give you
Hmm.
a referral. So it's good to know people in your trade, but also like everybody else that does similar work. Like I said, plumbing,
Yep.
electricians, people like that.
That's also about Robert, PHVAC, because he's also an electrician.
Oh yeah.
So recently, I got him a job. One of my clients, she wanted to upgrade her sub panel, and he did the video. I don't know if you saw it on his Instagram. He did a really good job on it, and then I showed it to my install manager. I was like, "Hey, what do you think?" And he liked it. So now I'm setting them both up. Anything electrical that we're doing, like either whether it's a panel upgrade, replacing just the panel, I'm gonna give it to Robert. I'm just gonna refer it to him. Like he's gonna be working with my company, not for my company,
Yeah.
but if any electrical work, he's gonna be their guy. Hopefully, it works out between both of them.
Yeah, that's cool, man. We have something similar. Like we have a friend who's an electrician. Because my dad used to be an electrician back
Yeah,
before he did this, and we have major accounts. So like whenever we need, because we don't, like I said, my dad did that for a while, so he can do like little things. Like he does light fixtures, switches. He'll work on like the entrance doors, like exit signs. A lot of little things here and there because
mm,
he can do that. But once it gets like complicated, like you said, breaker panels and they the lights that are in the parking lots, stuff like that. He calls his friend now, and like his friend is the electrician for a lot of our accounts now.
yeah,
And if and he also refers us. And then I have a friend, because I hate doing residential, so I have a friend that I'm like, here, like if you need residential work, I have a friend over here that does it. And then he's giving me commercial work too. Like he doesn't like, and it's funny like that. Like I don't like doing residential. He doesn't like
yeah.
doing commercial. So then like he'll give me a restaurant or something like that to go check out, and if they need work done. So we refer each other, even though technically we're competitors. It's better to know somebody, network,
Of
and you can
course.
give work both ways. So it works out.
Angel, when you come here, I saw it. Sorry, bro. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
coming to LA. You're more than welcome, bro. If you come here, I'm gonna give you a shirt. We're gonna walk into calls. I'm gonna tell them you're my service manager. We're gonna close some deals, bro.
Oh, definitely. Angel wants to work with everybody. He said he's going to come down here to Texas. I think he's gone to go see Ben too, because Ben's up in Austin.
Yeah.
Um, that guy's everywhere right now, or he's trying to be everywhere.
Hey, man. Hey, Angel, maybe we'll open another location together here in LA, bro. You're in
Hey,
Fresno. We'll open a location here.
hey,
Never
that's what
know.
I told him. I was like, if you need a what do you call it? Costless
License.
in
Hmm.
costless in Texas. We can open one up here.
There you go. I don't know. Angel, would your C20 work in LA? It should do, right? I don't know if it would be the same. I mean, it should be the same license. C20 is for California. It's not per county.
Hey, what's up, John? Yeah, he's like, let us know when you're coming down, Angel. Let's see.
Oh,
Okay,
bro.
so
Angel
go ahead.
doesn't need Adam. Angel doesn't need me to get a job, bro. Angel has more connections than me. Trust me.
Oh man, Angel's out there getting it. So if you don't mind me asking, like, where are you from originally?
Originally, I'm from Lebanon. That's where I'm
Lebanon.
from. Middle East. Yes, sir.
So then you came over here at what age?
I came here in 2017. I was 17 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then like, what made you get into HVAC?
what made me get into HVAC? So originally, I wasn't gonna go to college. I hate college. I'm not a
Okay.
person to study. I wasn't gonna do any of that stuff. I barely graduated high school in Lebanon just from because I was good in soccer. So when I came here, I originally wanted to be a mechanic. I wanted to fix cars. I love cars. Um,
Okay.
so my brother-in-law, he owns a mechanic shop right here in the Valley or in LA. And he told me, look, it's good as a business owners to own your own business, but to become a mechanic where you're a technician basically and working for someone, you're capped. Like you're not gonna make as much money, and it's pretty hard on your body. So he's like, in this country, you don't need a college degree to be successful. He's like, there's other stuff. I was like, okay, well, like what? He's like, well, you can do air conditioning, you can do plumbing, electrical, construction, any of that stuff. There's good money in them. I was like, okay. He's like, I have a buddy who does air conditioning. I can hook you up with him. Talk to him and see what you think. So his friend, um, his friend like he's a one man show, right? He doesn't have a big company. He just has his truck. He does very good. He's busy year round. Um, and he does good. So he showed me how much he made in a year, and he's like, "Look, if you do plumbing, you're working with shit pretty much the whole time. If you're doing electrical, you can die easily because you're working with high voltage, blah blah blah. Construction, harder on your body." He's like, "If you do HVAC," I was like, "Hold up, what is HVAC?" And then he's like, "Basically heating, ventilation, air conditioning." I was like, "Okay, I'm listening." He's like, "You're technically in a way plumber because there's condensation, connecting the condensation to the sink, other stuff. There's some condensation, there's some plumbing involved in that,
Sure.
and it's pretty much all electrical because all the parts are electrical. You gotta know how to run 220, 120, all this stuff,
Hmm.
and you make more money than both of them." I was like, "Okay, where do I start?" So he told me about the school. I went to the school where he went about like I don't know 30 years ago. That's where he went. I signed
Oh,
up
okay.
for it, and he's like, yeah. And then I went on a couple of jobs when I was in school. Um, I ran on a couple jobs. It was out of my own time. Like, obviously, I didn't get paid for it. I was just interested to see how it is. And then,
Okay.
I loved. I fell in love with it. Like the minute I was in school, going along with him to jobs and stuff like that, I was like, man, this is what I want to do in life. Like I don't want to be behind an office. You drive around all day long. Like you can different areas. You're fixing stuff all the time. Um, you're like a hero to people when you walk in fixing their AC. If it's 100-degree out there, um, you're like a hero to them. And
Yeah.
you get appreciated a lot in this trade.
And I
So
guess I guess that was my question. I was like, did you like it when you first got into it, like immediately?
100%. Just like the only
Okay.
thing I told you, I don't like commercial. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. It wasn't for me. Especially, going on. Like I had when I was starting out, I had some jobs. It was, all white roofs, pulling out compressor on the roof, all this stuff, ice machines. Um, I guess when you're doing commercial with restaurants, they don't see. I'm the kind of person that I like to be appreciated personally. So if I
Hmm.
walk into a restaurant, usually you're not dealing directly with the owner. You're just dealing with a server, and she has no idea what's going on. She's like, "Yeah, just go there.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's not working." So you don't get appreciated much. And that's the only thing that I don't like is just doing commercial. Like I wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah. Commercial's different, and I'll admit, okay, when I started school, I was really intrigued by it, but it was really my dad's idea to do it, right? Because he was
Hmm.
already doing commercial kitchen work, and he wanted somebody to do like the HVAC side, just so that they wouldn't have a competitor. Because around here, like the people that do AC work sometimes do the kitchen work too. So
Yeah.
he's like, I don't want another company in here, taking my business or whatever. So he's like, if you can do HVAC, that'd be great. So I went to school for that, and I loved it because I've always loved working on things. Right, I work on cars, I fix electronics, I fix phones, iPads. I used to fix laptops, stuff like that. And I've always loved ripping stuff apart. So I was intrigued by it. And then the only thing is, like, I was still like, I was in college. I didn't want to be at work, so honestly, I didn't like it at first when I actually got into the field. I didn't like. I was like, I couldn't wait to get out of work. Stuff like that. It took me a few years to kind of get into like a get into it and then be okay with it. And then like you said, I couldn't be behind a computer all
A desk,
day, office, anything like that.
a tie,
So
dressed up.
no, I love driving. I love being out on the road, going out to different calls, and then you see something new. You see
Mhm.
new people all the time. I love all that stuff. I did have to learn how to be better about being a people's person. That was the only thing that I wasn't good at, like right away. And
Okay.
my dad is like a super, like he's best friends with everybody he meets. And we as business owners, we deal with the managers, area managers, owners. So we get to talk to the people in charge.
Mm-hmm.
But even when we're going to a restaurant and we see all the cooks, it's really good to be friends with the cooks and anybody working in the back. That way, they can tell you what's going on with the equipment. They can help you out here and there. We've asked them for help, moving out stuff, and we need them to do things sometimes, like empty out a walk-in cooler or freezer. So it just helps when you're like a people's person and you're friends with all the cooks and stuff, and it makes it easier. So I had to grab that aspect of it a little later on. I finally got the hang of that. But yeah, a lot of times I don't even know what's going on. And they're like, I don't even know who called you, but go ahead. Like, I don't know. But I'm cool with that. And I like being on the rooftops sometimes, because I'm by myself. I get to kind of just focus and have a clear mind.
Yeah.
Versus residential, sometimes you have the guy over your back kind of looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of your videos that probably has the
That
most
blew up.
views.
Yep.
Yeah, with that one guy, man, you took it. I don't know how you stayed calm, but you took it real good on that one because that guy, I don't know, he was like, "What are we doing here?" and this and that, and that
Like
would have
what's
dro-
crazy? Like I
that would have
was
drove me
literally,
nuts.
yeah. I mean, I see it on a daily basis. Like he's not the first person,
Yeah.
but what's funny is when I was recording, I was literally recording. I was actually just doing the blower motor cleaning. That's it. I saw him blower motor
Okay.
cleaning, so I was just recording myself, and I was gonna make a video out of it. So I was editing the video, and then literally every video I'm trying to cut, he shows up. I was like, hold up, I might have a better idea of a video.
Yeah.
And then I cut it all, and then I made it. I made him in all the videos, and then it blew up. I was like, damn. But I gave you that. Yeah, commercial has a lot of like peace of mind. Yeah, you're by yourself the whole time.
Yeah, and some people don't like that. Some people can't deal with that, right? They need to see somebody, they need to talk to somebody, or just to keep them like sane, I guess,
Yeah.
so they're not going crazy. I like it the other way, but I get a little bit of both. I do deal with area managers, some of the owners, like the local owners,
Hmm.
and then I do see a lot of people when I'm in the kitchen. So I do kitchen work. I don't If I only did AC work, I probably wouldn't
Hmm.
see anybody. But I'm in the kitchen a lot. I have to be around the cooks. There's a lot of like refrigerators and stuff that are on the floor,
Hmm.
like in those tight areas. So I'm around the cooks a lot, and like I said, it's always good to be talkative and friendly with everybody that you come across. Just makes everything so much easier and smoother. So like for me, I get a little bit of both. Like I get to talk to people, but then I can go on the roof and just be by
Be by
myself.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, also when I did commercial, there's a lot of times like the guy that I was training with, he would hook us up with like sandwiches. He knew him, so he was like he would hook us up with lunch. I was like, "Ah, that's cool." All right.
Man, it's awesome when you start and when you're younger,
Hmm.
because then like it catches up with you. I started putting on a lot of weight. We used to do the IHOPs. I got so tired of IHOP because they'd be like, "Yeah, sit down, we'll give you some food and this and that." Like I was like, "Oh, I can't take it again." But yeah, and then like you said, they appreciate you as far as like HVAC, right? Because you're getting their air conditioning going,
Or heater,
and
yeah.
then like for us, I think somebody had mentioned it. Yeah, I heard Jonathan. In refrigeration, they could lose so much money in product because they
If it's
have a
not fixed.
freezer, they have a cooler, and all that stuff. if that freezer goes down and nobody fixes it right away,
You're
that's a lot
losing
of money
money.
that's lost. Yeah. So that's the cool part is like, a lot of times they're just like so happy that you fixed it. You get that, you get that little pat on the back and it feels great.
Yeah. No, there was some good parts about commercial, but I said it to one guy the other day in my comments. I was like, I would choose an attic over a white roof. That's just me. Like,
I guess I got used to them. I don't know. I can't see myself in an attic, but I'm okay on any roof. I've been on a lot of like sketchy roofs. Also,
yeah.
I've almost fallen off a roof like several times, and I'm like, man, like thank God, nothing happened. But I have one. We don't do that account anymore, but or they're I don't know. They're trying to get us back. I don't know what's going on with them, but there's a location where there's no roof access. I don't know why this strip mall. It's like it has this weird design where the roof it's a flat roof,
Hmm.
but the front where they have the signs, it goes up real high, a high wall, so that they could have the sign
Yeah.
on the sides. I don't know why it's like that on the sides. I guess for it to look nice. The only way you can get on it is through the back, but there's a carport right for all the workers to park. So
Hmm.
I had to get on the a ladder to get on the carport, and then I need another ladder to get on the actual roof. And that damn ladder has fallen on me several times, and I just hated that location.
You guys don't service anymore, do you?
No, we don't service. I'm not crying over that one. I was glad that we don't have to go back.
Was it worth it though? Like, was it bringing in some money?
That one, there's good and bad customers. That one wasn't one of the good ones.
Hmm.
They cry about invoices sometimes, and they took a while to pay. So when those are, it gets to a point. Some people say you need to fire your customer. It gets to a point where you just like I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, and I'll continue to do work if they need it. But uh, if they can't pay, if something gets out of hand,
Hmm.
I'm okay letting them go. And that was one of those accounts.
Hey, safety matters, man. Your life is worth. Trust me.
Yeah, like Angel says, never wait for a pat on the back. Know your self worth.
Shoo.
And why do you have your hand raised, Angel?
It's not a class, Angel. It's okay. You talk.
I'm trying to look at the chat. There's a whole. I'm like missing a whole bunch of comments right now, but let's see. Yeah, Richie loves commercial. I'm gonna have to catch up in the chat.
Who's making 100K in a week?
I don't know. Well, you do okay. How does your company work? You do like commissions and stuff?
Yeah. So I have hourly and I have commission, which is pretty much how every company out there works.
Yeah,
Whichever is
basically.
higher, you get paid. It's not unless you have like very, very low hourly, then you get paid both. But if you have high hourly, um, but then let's say you sell more, so they see, okay, let's say your hourly is a week $2,000, but then you sold X amount, and then now your commission is $4,000. They pay you the $4,000 instead, whichever is
Oh,
higher.
okay. Okay. Do they pressure you to, make these sales or anything like that?
No, which is why the only reason, or one of the main reasons I'm still at this company that I'm working for, is they don't pressure, they don't screw anyone over.
Okay.
Um, if you go out there and then like there's nothing to sell, then there's nothing to sell. If you go to a lady where she's 80 years old and everything is fine, her ducts are brand new, her system is brand new, her system is old but it's still working, it's been maintained properly, I'm not gonna tell her like, hey, you need to replace it. I'm not
Okay.
gonna try to sell her something that she doesn't need. And I know people who work for other companies where they do get pressured to sell, And that's where I feel if you're commission only, not hourly, or you don't have a base salary,
Mhm.
that's when you are forced to do bad stuff because they're
Okay.
like, damn, I gotta sell to make money. For me, I don't have to sell to make money.
Well, that's good
So
because yeah, because there's and then people get a bad rep with the whole residential side because they're like, oh, you're just a
here to sell me
salesman.
something. Mhm.
Yeah, so it's good that you guys don't push it because like man,
Yeah.
like we deal with it on the commercial side too. They tell somebody they need a whole new piece of
Unit.
equipment or something crazy expensive, and then me or my dad, because it happens on both sides, even on his side, because um the commercial kitchen equipment, like all that side of our work,
Hmm.
it's been really busy for the past like couple of years right now, to where they have him traveling out because we normally service about 2 hours each way.
Hmm.
But they have him going out now like 4 hours away or more, 6 hours away, because the techs up there, I don't know if they just are not trained well or what, but they're always like, oh, you need a new equipment, you need something crazy expensive, this or that. My dad goes out there and fixes it within an hour, and he's just like, well, I fixed it. I'm just gonna bill you for whatever.
And he
And
still made money.
yeah,
You know.
of course, like he charges, to go out there, and it's one of those things that somebody had said, or made a meme, and it's like, oh, like when they accept your like fuck off price.
Oh yeah, I
It's
saw that
like
one.
my dad does that sometimes, especially with these. He's like, I don't want to go, like, and he tells them, I don't want to go. And he's like, fine, if you're gonna make me go, it's gonna be this much. Okay. He's like,
Oh
damn
man,
it.
come on.
He's like, damn it. Okay, it's good money, so he's gonna take it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's like stupid things, like, and it's because one of two things. Honestly, it's like they're not trained well enough, or they're trying to push, something else, something more expensive.
Yep. And
So
when I go out on calls and say the system is not working, I always give them the option. I'm like, look, if anyone comes here after me and tells you your unit is not repairable, they're straight up lying to you because everything is repairable. It's
well, yeah,
just you might not be
basically,
happy with the cost.
yeah.
Like you just might not be happy with the cost. Like let's say I don't know when was the last time you checked, but for residential, an ECM motor, just the motor itself, costs us roughly $1,200 or $1,000. It cost us. So if I'm selling it, how much am I selling it for? Like,
Yeah.
am I selling it for like, I don't know, to make money? Am I selling it for like $2,500? So I can get you a brand new furnace for, I don't know, maybe $6,000, and that unit is 20 years old. I can give you, you're more than welcome, whether you choose a repair or the replacement. I make more money either way, but
and
it's
and
up to you.
and that's how we are too. Like, even, well, before, I guess we would sell new equipment before. Like, we don't do it anymore really,
Mm,
but we always give them the option. And I personally, I like to repair things,
yep,
so I would prefer if they pick the repair. But like, I mean, nowadays everything's like super expensive.
it is.
Refrigerant, compressors have gone up a lot. So I'm like, hey, you're gonna need, a new compressor, a new coil, like a new motor, like everything. Like, if you want, I'll rip it out, I'll do it, or you can get a new unit. So
Hmm.
I don't care. I was like, I get paid almost
Either
the same,
way.
almost the same either way. Like, I'm not trying to sell equipment for like 10 times the price or whatever some of these people do.
Yeah,
I give them a fair price on both. So I'm like, I make money this way or that way. Just pick one.
yeah.
So, and that's how it should be for the most part.
Like if someone, I've gone after a few companies out there, we go out for a second opinion. And then to me personally, bro, if a unit is 20 years old, like to me, it's still young. Like it's still got some life in it. I'm 22 years old. So I was born in 2000. To me, at 20
Yeah.
years old, unit is still okay, depending if it has always been maintained. They change your filter. It's not full with gunk, with trash, dust. It's still okay. If it's clean and it's 20 years old, then and then I've had literally like, a company go out there. It was a bad gas valve, and I remember it was a Rudd. You know, Rudd, I love them, the 20-year-old units. They're so easy to work on.
Yeah.
And then someone go there and they told him, like, yeah, you need a new unit. I go there, it was a bad gas valve. I'm like, I can put a new one in right now for $600. I have a universal on. Or yes, I can sell you a new unit. A new unit. It was an 80% just basic single stage. It was gonna be that was like last year, so I think the price was like $500 or $5,500. I was like, I can put a new gas valve in. I have a universal one on me right now. They ended up actually choosing to replace the unit, but then I still installed a gas valve for them just to get them by until we come back.
Oh yeah, we do that a lot too. Like I'm like, I'll get it, I'll get it going for you, and I carry a lot of universal parts on my van just because
Hmm.
it's easier, right? You don't have to stock, OEM for each unit or whatever. But I have the universal stuff. I can get going for them, and then like, sometimes I give them my opinion. I'm like, everything's repairable, right?
Yep.
You can replace a coil, you can replace a compressor, you can do whatever it needs. But like, if you might want to get ahead of it, especially
Yep.
if you have leaks down the line, like if it was R22 or something, that gets crazy expensive.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to just, get ahead of it, get a new unit, something that's more efficient, the refrigerant's cheaper, even though right now I think all of them have gone up
Yep.
so bad. But yeah,
And
like everything's repairable.
100%. I mean, there is units, from like I've had furnaces like from 19 literally 65, where the gas valve is outside and all the controllers, the igniter module is outside.
Yeah.
And I mean, I see those, I'm like, I'm not touching it. Like respectfully, like it's pretty old. Like I don't want to mess with it. Um, for that
Yeah,
kind of situation, if I put my mind to it, I probably can get it going. But is it really worth it? Come on. Like you pushed it.
yeah, sometimes like when we come across like stuff that doesn't look in the best shape, I don't want to be, even if I'm doing maintenance, right? I like to take it apart and clean it and everything, but if something looks shady, I'm like, I'm not gonna touch that part of the unit.
Because you remember, you touch it, you own it.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful with the older
Yep.
units. And some of the stuff I see, they're falling apart, like when the coil loses all of its fins and stuff like that. I'm like, you might want to consider a new unit, or I mean, I can get you a new coil, but even then, sometimes getting a coil is kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
another thing, right? Getting parts, you can't always get them nowadays,
No.
surprisingly. But that's the other thing. You want to wait around a few months for a part.
Yeah.
Whenever I've heard people, we don't deal with it too much here because, like I said, I have universal parts, and then like once it gets to like both coils are messed up and compressors sounding bad, they usually get a new unit.
Mm-hmm.
But I've heard some people that are waiting like almost a year for like a part just because they're trying to get, I don't know, like a coil or something like that. And
Lennox had that thing going on actually.
oh,
But
okay.
I wouldn't say a year. The longest I waited for a part, and it wasn't just like it was it was one of the high end, like the SL 290, I think,
Hmm.
Lennox. I literally had a customer wait like 6 months for an inducer fan motor. Of course, he waited because that thing was under
Yeah.
warranty.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing, the warranty. But yeah, that's what I've heard. Like 6 months around there is usually, that's a
Yeah.
long time to wait.
And still, people think that we're lying to them. I'm like, hold on, let me get you the rep on the phone, the one who told me. You can yell at
Oh
him.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it is not me, trust me. I was like, I would love to install the part, get paid, and leave, but it's not on me.
Yeah. Warranty is different also because we have to deal with, or we don't do it anymore, but we dealt with warranty, and we did warranty work and stuff. And it's like, oh, there's a process. If I
Yep,
could, I would put you, whatever, just to get you by, but I can't.
yep. Angel, yes, bro, $1,200 or $1,000. An ECM, call up Lennox tomorrow. True. Call them up tomorrow. Tell them I want an ECM motor. They'll give you the cost. Um, I actually had a customer today. He had a problem with his. I don't know if you know the iComfort S30 thermostats.
I think so.
Yeah, those are like the fancy thermostats. And it wasn't communicating. He had the old hub. It was 2015, I think. Yeah. It wasn't communicating I had a problem like that like a few months ago. Actually, I remember I talked to Angel about it too. But this was customer today. And it was just not communicating. You know, the unit is working fine. He can use the thermostat. It will turn the heat, air conditioning on. It's fine. It's just not connecting to his phone. So I reset his router, reset the module. What is it? The smart hub and the thermostat. I reset everything. Uh, checked. I have because for those thermostats you have they they work on DC voltage, not AC. So
Oh,
I had 24 volts coming in, 12 volts coming out, everything was fine. And then I just determined that it was the bad smart hub. So I told him, look, man, you don't have a communicating system. You only install this thermostat if you have a communicating system. Other than that, I can install a Honeywell T4 and it will work. You don't need this fancy stuff. I was
yeah.
like, do you even use it from your phone? He's like, no, not really. I was like, then why did you pay that much? He's like, I don't know, it looks cool. I was like, okay. And then I call up Lennox. I was like, yeah, hey, is it under warranty? They're like, no, it's not under warranty. I was like, okay. How much is a new one? My cost, bro, it was like 800 something. And I walked in, just the thermostat and the smart hub. I walked in the customer and I was like, look, man, I don't think you want to do it. So if you don't use it from your phone, he's like, how much is it? I was like, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but my cost is $865. So you can imagine how much I'm gonna charge you. He's like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. He's like, I'm not gonna replace it. I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna walk up to it, adjust the temperature. It's like, here you go. So
Yeah.
and then I walked out with a membership. So
Yeah, I've had to rip out stuff that, like, because they remodeled a lot of one of the fast food chains that we have down here, and they gave them like all these like wireless or the fancy thermostats. Well, I don't even think they're fancy. Somebody told me they're the cheap ones. The Honeywell T9 or T something.
yeah, the little it's like horizontal looking, right?
So
So
they give them,
widescreen.
yeah, and they give them like the wireless sensors and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one location, all three of the thermostats like died. I don't know what happened with them. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put what I have on the truck and run you a little. The sensor didn't have to go that far either. I'm like, I'll just run you the sensor real quick. I just wired it in. Like
Yeah.
sometimes the customers, and I think that one has, it probably has like something online too, where you can like check it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of customers get those and they don't even use, they don't even check it online or mess with it. If anything, they want me just to schedule it or whatever, and that's it. If you need,
What's your thoughts on? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, if you need to dip out, just let me know.
Okay. What's your thoughts about the jumper kink? I know you made a video about it. What do you think? I like it.
Uh,
Like, I think it's pretty cool.
I do like it, and I talked to Robert when it first came out,
Mm-hmm.
and I told him, I was like, dude, that's, I don't know, like something about it. I'm like, dude, that's just like a really cool tool, right? And I love that the concept, everything he came out with on it, all the tips, the little case was cool, like everything. I
Mm-hmm.
liked everything about it. And I told him, I love what you did with it. Uh, I get some of the backlash. I don't know if you got any comments on it.
Oh,
Like,
yes, I did.
what?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I get it. I understand that you don't need it. I understand you have your basic jumpers and stuff, but like, it's a cool tool, and it's like super simple to use. And I was like, if you're a new tech, this is great for you, right? You
Mm-hmm.
won't short out something, you won't screw up whatever. It has a resettable fuse if you're looking for a short.
Yep.
I was really bad about figuring out how to find
Low voltage shorts.
low voltage shorts for the longest time. So like something like this would have been cool. So I was like, it has its uses, and then some people are like, oh, like I'm not gonna carry that. It's too big,
It's
and
too big.
I already have enough stuff on my bag. And I'm like, I put a carabiner on mine. I'm like, I just clip it to my bag,
Yeah.
and it hangs on the side. Like it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. I told him so many times that it was a cool little invention that he came up with.
It
And
is.
have you talked to Robert? Or
Yeah. The Robert Kraft, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I talked to him.
I talked to him before his other account got shut down or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He said he lost it or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And he showed me the diagrams and all the stuff that he did to come up with it. And it I think they said it took like 5 years or something.
Yeah, I think they mentioned something like that, or
And
three
it
or 5
looked,
years.
yeah, and it looked very different from the sketches he showed me. So
Yeah.
that's a long process. And I think he says he has more stuff to work on with them. So hopefully
Yeah.
he has some cool stuff coming up.
Well, look, if it wasn't good, it wouldn't have been selling out like crazy. Almost every
That's
place you go to, it's
that's
sold
what I
out.
that's what I said. And I even put it in one of the captions. I was like, dude, it's selling out for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
and I had people asking me about it, and I got it a while back. I was on back order.
Mm.
So it took me a while to get it. And then even then I got it, like, I think I got it in January. I just never had time to use it, and we weren't super busy,
Yeah.
at least with the AC calls. And then but I had a lot of requests from people like, what do you think about it? Can I see a review, or how do you use it, or whatever? So that's why I did the videos.
Yeah.
And yeah, to me it's cool. I'm gonna carry it around. Probably
Yeah.
carry it for maintenance, and if I need to, I don't know, if I need to find a short.
Look, don't
And
get me wrong. It's not for, yeah. If you go to a call right now and then it's a bad thermostat, you just want to jump R to Y, for example.
yeah,
You're not gonna carry the whole thing. Yeah, obviously. But like,
but
it's for stuff like it can get handy. Don't say it's like I tell people like, don't say it's not handy. It's pretty handy.
so many people love it though. They say they
Yeah.
can't be without it, but to me it's like a maintenance thing too,
Mm-hmm.
like where you're checking like on this, like I'm doing maintenance this month, but like I'm getting ready for summer. So
Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm worried about. But like on my next one, it's in between like summer and winter.
Mm-hmm.
So I might use it to jump out my cooling and my heating and go back and forth, you know? And then I was telling somebody else, like, it's cool for that. It's cool for the low voltage shorts.
Yeah.
Oh, and I do a lot of commercial. So I see
Instead
a
of you
lot of,
going down, up, up, down.
yeah, but I also see a lot of units that have two, three, four compressors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And sometimes something's not working and I want to jump out, one by one, or something like that. So I don't know. People don't understand. They think that they won't use it. It's useless. I'm like, no, like some people need it.
Yeah. Like, come in handy, man. It's pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, and
Oh, we're waiting on you, man, for your next invention.
man, I don't know how to build stuff, but like I have some ideas. I need to write them down, and we'll
Hmm.
see if Trade Fox or one of those other ones wants to do anything.
I think it'll be great. From what I saw, I think it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm working on a training board, so that's just, I think I'm gonna do videos on that um to help people like troubleshoot.
Yeah.
And then I've been talking to Vito for a few things too, because like I'm like, you guys are missing out on some stuff. I get a lot of questions, or when I posted that sling backpack or that
Mm-hmm.
sling bag, everybody's like, yeah, I've been thinking about that too, and this and that. And then I get a lot of questions about like the torch totes.
Yeah.
Like, why isn't there something better? And I'm like, I told Vito, I'm like, look, you guys, you could come in and take all these things that people want and
Yeah.
make them, but we'll see.
I want to do the board that you did, but I'm also, not the best at it. But I kind of saw an idea. You had, or it wasn't. I saw some of yours and I saw someone else's video. I think it's pretty straightforward. I
Yeah.
just need to figure out how to wire it. Like I saw a really cool one. Someone had a fan and they had a light, um, and then another light as the compressor.
Hmm.
He had, I think, 2 or 3 relays hooked
Yeah,
up.
I need to add to mine. I just kind of put it together to make sure it worked and everything. And then I'll add the relays. I want to add like pressure controls. I
Mm,
want to do one for refrigeration too.
mm.
So I'm just trying it out, and we'll see where it goes from there. Um, But yeah, if you have any questions on that, let me know. I put it together. I had somebody else on TikTok ask me about it too, because I think he was building one too.
Mm.
So it's all
I
good,
was
man. Like,
thinking, I was thinking of like, should I put relays or I can just put any board and it would work?
oh yeah, that's I guess that's the other thing. I wanted to see if I could put a board on there. I don't have any on me, but if I get a hold of one, I can put one on there too. Right now I just have it, the thermostat, little terminal board, and a transformer to all my contactors. So
Hmm.
all right, let me just check the chat real quick. I don't know if anybody had any questions. I know it's getting late. I'll wrap it up in a minute. HVAC blogger, been in the trade for 12 years, still don't know what I'm doing. You're always learning, man. Randy, my package unit is 20 years old and only had one major repair, condenser fan motor. Interesting. Oh, and I just wanted to ask you real quick, like, do you have any hobbies? Do you do anything like to keep sane? I know a lot of guys stress out about work, and they might have something that they do as a hobby or to get away from work.
I used to love soccer. I haven't played in a while.
Soccer.
And I love motorcycles. I love riding when I have my motorcycle. Whenever anytime I get some free time, because I'm stuck in traffic almost the whole day in traffic,
Yeah.
and then finally I go home, get on my bike. I'm like, hell yeah! Because here also in California, it's legal to split lanes. So I'm like, I'm just doing 100 between cars, and then
Yeah.
until that time came and I crashed. Um,
Oh,
um,
yeah. So, yeah, because I get that question a lot too about the whole stress about work. I'm like, if you can, find a hobby or try to separate your work day from, when you get home.
mhm.
But it's hard for some people.
5
Um,
minute delay. Real Madrid, bro. Real Madrid. Um, but yeah, it's what else? I mean, I like to spend time with like family or friends. Whether it's just stay at home, chill, go out to a bar, have a few drinks, play pool, um, go to the beach maybe.
yeah,
That's
it's all
pretty
good.
much
That's
my
all good
hobbies.
stuff. That's all good stuff. I'm like, I don't know, when you get out of work, you kind of need to leave it at work. Like, try not to take work home with you, and don't worry about it too much.
I'm almost
Uh,
working all day long. Like, um, after I get home, I'm engineering jobs, stuff like that,
yeah.
emailing customers. So I
So,
like I said, I love what I do, so I can't go out and like not think of work.
oh yeah, like it's gonna cross your mind, or you're gonna, especially more on the business owner side. But I'm assuming you get a lot of the responsibilities too, where
Hmm.
you're at.
Yeah,
So, like you said, you got to deal with scheduling or customers after work,
I don't
and
schedule the jobs, but I also like I email them quotes, for example, or work on estimates,
oh, okay,
stuff like that. I engineer jobs. Let's say I went to a customer house, and then I put an estimate together. I gotta go home and then engineer it and make sure whatever I'm putting actually it's gonna be good for the house. You know.
that sounds good. Let me see. And what tool bag are you currently rocking?
Now I have three actually. I have the MB2, the MB3, and the tech bag. The big one.
Is it the backpack or just the
Yeah,
regular one? The
the
backpack?
backpack. Hmm.
Yeah, it's the one that I have too.
It
Is there one
doesn't.
that is there one you recommend?
Uh, depending
Let's
for what you want.
let's
It's
say for like a new tech.
new tech. I would definitely rock the MB3. You're not gonna have that many tools at the beginning. Just gonna need maybe your impact, a couple screwdrivers, your multimeter. Maybe you can even put one of the job link, the field piece probes. You can fit one of them there.
Yeah,
That's really all you need to start out with as a technician working for a company. That's all you need at the beginning.
sure. Yeah, I think my favorite was the MB2, but it's hard to turn down that MB3 because I outgrew the MB2. Like I couldn't fit
Yeah.
anything in
Hmm.
it anymore. And when that MB3 came out, it was awesome.
The MB3 actually, I got, you know, the straps that you put on the laptop bag. I bought one and I connected it to that.
So you like with one strap, you that's how you carry it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how I do it too. I put it across my shoulder, chest, and carry it on the side. I know some guys that like to do the backpack thing, but I don't know. I was like, I like to keep it simple.
Yeah, me too. I actually
Uh,
have them classified. So, for example, my MB2, it is small. So what I just put in it, I put a 6-in-1. I have another UEI multimeter. That was the first meter I bought when I started out. I put it there. I have a stubby, a tape measure, and a laser tape measure. So I have that, and I have maybe like other like small screwdrivers and stuff like that. I have that mainly if I'm going on an estimate, meaning someone wants to buy a new unit. I just carry it in case I need the screwdriver to take off the panels to see the model number, all this stuff.
oh, okay, okay.
Um, the MB3 is just for quick maintenance service calls in and out. It has my multimeter, 6-in-1, nut driver. Recently, I put the jumper king in, a probe from the field piece. What else? Stubby, thermostat, screwdrivers, a few jumpers. And my big bag, my tech backpack, that has everything that I need to do a repair.
Yeah, it's kind of how I have mine built out. I have the backpack too.
Yeah.
So like I have a whole bunch of like wrenches and bigger tools in that one.
Hmm.
And then I have, well, I don't have the MB3 right now. I had it, and then I was testing out the double XL, the blackout one that they just came out with.
Hmm.
So I've had that one for a while now, and I surprisingly I fit a lot of stuff in there. So that's my everyday like service bag, you know. And then I have the MB2, but I just bought another one that I'm trying out. And I like with the MB2 it was just like you said, like quick checks. Like I have a few like multi tools in there
Yep.
and like thermometers, you know, stuff like that. Is there a tool that you recommend that might be like unique, or I mean it could be like a probe or something like that, but like for me it's always going to be the Klein electrician's ratchet, that little one,
Yeah.
because it has all the tips that you need. It fits in like great spots. So that's the one I always tell people, like it's one of the must haves in my tool bag. I don't know if you have a tool like that.
Yeah, I have it actually. I know which one you're talking about. I have the same exact one.
Oh yeah.
Um, and I also, what I think my favorite tool is, it's gotta be, well, two of them. Obviously, my job link probes for my refrigerant. It has the wireless thermometer. You throw that thing in the grill, it will stick.
Yeah.
It has the clamps for your subcool superheat, and of course the probes. Plus, I love the wireless manometer.
Oh, you have the
Or the
wireless manometer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that little I put them back in that bag that it came with. I have all the, you know, my probes,
Hmm.
psychrometers, and the manometers now. Like we don't do a lot of gas heating down here, but you
Hmm.
know, when I need to. I know you had like you said earlier, you had issues with those ultra low
Ultra low
thing,
NOx, yeah.
the yeah, with the gas, you
Hmm.
know, what did you had to open them up, or what was the
They're
gas pressure?
that was actually pretty accessible, I guess, compared to ones that I had. But majority of them, literally, bro, to get a flame sensor, sometimes you need the flexible bit plus the 90 just to get to the screw of the Milwaukee. Oh, sorry, the screw to
Oh,
the flame sensor.
yeah.
So they can get nasty sometimes the way that they position them. But yeah, that's what I was using for the manometer that I had in the video. That was to check my static pressure, of course, and the gas pressure.
All right, man. Good stuff. Is there anything you want to say before we leave? You know, any advice you want to give out or anything like that?
Any advice? If anyone young or thinking of joining the trade, don't do the same mistake that I did and do install first and then become a tech. Like I regret, I know I'm young, I'm 22, but I still have time to learn install. but do installs first, then jump into service. Don't
Oh,
do it
okay.
the other way around. Um,
Yeah, I think a lot of the guys that I've talked to and some that I've had on here started at install
mhm.
to get their foot in the door and then learned, a little bit of everything, and then they go to service. And that's usually what I hear.
Yeah. I kind of at the beginning I felt really, really bad about myself. Like I saw myself as a failure when I never did anything install. And, a lot of guys I talk to, they tell me like, "Oh yeah, man, you gotta do install. If you never did install and you just jumped into service, you have no idea what you're talking about." And and then I talk to like really, really successful people who are just service. Some of them are NATE certified. Some of them work for, the big manufacturers out there. And they told me, I had no idea that they never did install. And they told me like, yeah, man, I never done any install my whole life. I was like, an install probably can take me, if I'm doing a furnace, it can take me maybe like 8 hours, where an install can take me 4 hours. But the guy is like a god in service. Like he can tell you what's wrong with the unit from the minute he hears it.
Oh, okay.
So it kind of made me feel a little bit better about myself. But still, I want to get into install. I want to learn install.
Yeah, I get a little jealous when I see like, Jeff and all those guys with their
Yeah,
awesome installs. I'm like, man, I never wanted to do it until I started seeing those guys.
that's yeah, that's exactly me.
Yeah. And I think, let me see. I have some questions, but I think we answered them. Somebody just wanted to know like what we can do to bring like younger people in the trade, but I think we're doing that on Instagram,
Hmm.
on all these social platforms. And like yourself, you're only 22 and you're already in the trade, or
Yep.
you got in the trade young, and you're doing awesome.
Thanks, man.
Um, have you
I
seen
have a
any have you seen any
Go ahead.
women in your area in the trade?
In my well, actually, we recently hired a girl in my office, but she's not really a tech. She's a comfort advisor, meaning
Oh,
she
okay.
just sells. So she's the only girl that I've met in person in my area. I've met HVAC Jess in Atlanta, but
Oh,
she's
that's
not
right.
in my area. But in my area, I never met any girl that's in the trade.
Yeah, I get that question a lot. Like, how can we get younger people in, or more women in the trade? So it's good to
We're
see that.
working. There's me actually and a few other guys. We haven't said anything about it, but it's in the work. We're just waiting for everything to be situated. Few of them are guys that you also know from Instagram. We're teaming
Okay.
up and we're making something. It's just everything taking a little bit longer than we expected, but eventually it's gonna be. It's gonna be a group of us. We're all young guys that we're gonna be trying to bring young people. We're just waiting for everything to be settled. We're working on the logo, the name. Well, the name is there already. The
Uh huh.
logo, other stuff, videos, and we have a plan for it. I think it's gonna be great.
That's awesome. Like I said, that's a question I get a lot of. So if you guys can tackle that and
Hmm.
get that part of the trade, getting the people in, the younger people in it, women, stuff like that. If you guys are doing that kind of stuff, that's awesome. I hope we see that soon.
Hopefully.
Um, but yeah, because like even when I talked to Curtis from HVAC guy, I don't know if you know or familiar with him. He's on YouTube. I had him on here I think last week,
Hmm.
and he says the same thing I did. He's a lot older, but like nobody told us, when we were younger, that we could get into the trades or anything like that. It's like, everybody wants you to be a doctor or a policeman or a nurse,
Engineer or lawyer, whatever.
Yeah, I was going for engineering, electrical engineering. And I
Hmm.
was like, I had no idea I could go to school for HVAC. And and I kind of knew a little bit of the trades because my dad was an electrician when I was growing up and stuff like that. But I mean, I didn't care too much for that. But once I saw
Yeah,
HVAC, I was like, hey, kind of like
I'm
this one.
sold.
Yeah. So I mean, that's great, man.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna close up the show. Uh,
sounds good.
if you can dip out, or if you want to stay after I ended, you can.
All right. Well,
Um,
Adrian, I just want to say thank you for having me, man. This was awesome. It was my first ever live or be a guest on a live. So thank you,
oh,
man.
it
I
was.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Hey, man, happy to have you. I'm trying to do this more with more people that, like yourself, are relatively young, or maybe they don't have a good like. Well, are you gonna be posting on YouTube?
If TikTok gets banned, I have to look for somewhere else, maybe.
All right, man. We could use you on YouTube too. But yeah, so thanks for everybody coming out, supporting in the chat. Loved all the conversations. I appreciate you, Adam, for coming on. It
Thank
was a
you.
great show. Loved hearing about your story. And yeah, guys, we're gonna wrap this up, and I will see you guys.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.